Hello everyone, welcome back to Base Camp. Good afternoon to you all. Thank you for viewing. Let's begin by looking at some tenses and their use. Here's a strange but frequently used sentence. I know that this information would be useful. Now this is a straightforward statement, and really we should use the word will. I know that this information will be useful. It's definite. I know this. There is no doubt about it. So I know that this information will be useful. But I know that this information would be useful if you travelled to Mumbai. There we use the word would because we brought in a little word if that introduces a condition. The information is going to be useful if you go to Mumbai, and if you don't, it probably won't be. So it's an if situation. Again, the definite statement, I know this information will be useful, is great. There's no condition. But if there's a condition, use would. I know this information would be useful if you went to Mumbai. Let's have a look at some more examples. I would be grateful if you could attend the meeting, or if you would attend the meeting. Again, we've introduced a condition. We've used the word if. So we don't use the word will, we use the conditional would. Also, when you're expressing a view or an opinion, you can use the word would. If I were you, I would meet her. Again, if, and you're giving your opinion, so you use the word would. I would meet her. I think it would work if you did this. Condition, so you use the word would. Please write out a few sentences of your own, using the word if and the conditional would or could. Also, write some direct statements that just use future tense and the word will. Let's move on and let's look at some strange plural forms that tend to crop up a lot in speech in India. And the first one is alphabets. And a mother might say, my child is learning his alphabets. No. An alphabet, and you should know here, by the way, that the word alphabet comes from the Greek letters alpha, the first letter of the Greek alphabet, and beta, the second letter. You put them together and you get alphabet. There you are, that's the background. But an alphabet in English has 26 different letters, and you learn to say them, A, B, C, D, and so on. So the English alphabet has 26 letters. A child won't learn their alphabets. They will learn their letters, those individual letters, A, B, C. And if they get good at learning the whole 26, then you can say that they have learned their alphabet. There's a Hindi alphabet too, and a Russian one, and many more, I should think. But your child won't learn their alphabets unless they're learning both the English and the Hindi one. They will learn their letters so that they will know the alphabet. Similarly, we often hear the word etiquettes, the plural form of the word etiquette. Now, etiquette means a code of behaviour, a way of doing things. And the French will have a code of etiquette, and the British will, and the American will. And altogether, there are a lot of different etiquettes, different ways of behaviour. But if we're talking here about somebody's personal behaviour, then we must use the singular form. You could say, his etiquette is wonderful, not etiquettes. This child is learning etiquettes. No. Singular, please, etiquette. And the third one is culture, which we often hear in the plural form, cultures. This school places a large emphasis on cultures. If you said that to me, I would kind of think that you're talking about cultures growing in a biological lab, rather than what you mean. What you mean is literature and music and art, in which case we just use the one word culture in the singular form. This school places much emphasis on culture. Yes, there are different cultures in different countries, and in India in different regions, but please make sure that if we're just talking about one unit in general, it's singular, culture. Now we want to look at a strategy to help with writing. Although this series of videos is aimed at the IELTS student, I hope everyone can benefit from this strategy of synonyms, as I call it. And we've mentioned synonyms before. And what a synonym, of course, is, it's a word which means the same as another one. So, green and verdant are synonyms. You could talk about the verdant grass, or you could talk about the green grass, which is something similar. But the words mean the same thing. What I ask you to do is to pick on a word that you use frequently. Do a web search for synonyms for that word and pick one that you think you can use relatively easily in your speech and in your writing. So a good word perhaps is current, because we talk about current affairs a lot. If I put in synonym for current, my web search will throw up half a dozen, maybe 10 words that are identical or similar in meaning to the word current. And I would pick one, say topical, and I would write a sentence using that word. Instead of, I watch television programs about current affairs, I would say, I watch television programs about topical affairs. Please do this with some concentration, and you should find that your writings become more appealing, more varied, and well worth the reading. It's a process of gradual improvement. Don't think that things will become wonderful in a day or two. You have to stick at this, but the progress will be sure and steady, and over a period of 2 to 3 weeks, your writing and your speaking will certainly improve. To give an example of this, how often have we all heard the phrase, is a must? To attend the meeting is a must. Reading is a must. And that same phrase becomes time after time again monotonous. So using the word synonym, instead of getting reading is a must, perhaps we could say reading is a necessity, or it's essential to read. It sounds much more varied and much more elegant, and it will brighten up your English. I want to finish with some common spelling mistakes and some reminders about them. A commonly misspelt word, strangely enough, is the word grammar. People put an E at the end, whereas it should be an A. And the same with calendar. Again, people put an E again at the end, and it should be an A. So, grammar, G-R-A-M-M-A-R, and calendar, C-A-L-E-N-D-A-R. And another misspelt word is separate. It's S-E-P-A-R-A-T-E. Be careful of those. Words with N in that cause problems. Government. G-O-V-E-R-N is to govern. The government is G-O-V-E-R-N-M-E-N-T. Dining has one N. D-I-N-I-N-G. It is not double N, which sounds like dinning, and which I've seen written over many architects' plans. Dining hall, D-I-N-I-N-G. Environment has three N's. E-N-V-I-R-O-N-M-E-N-T. The word restaurant, which people are afraid of writing down because they're never sure, it has a U in it. R-E-S-T-A-U-R-A-N-T. R-E-S-T-A-U-R-A-N-T. Please be careful of those words. They make up a small but telling percentage of many misspelt words that we find in written English in India. Thank you for viewing today. We'll see you in our next video with new tips, new strategies, hopefully new ideas, hopefully stuff that you can use. We aim to give you ideas that you can implement. Please do so, and thank you for watching. This is Lawrence at Base Camp, wishing you all a good day. Keep well.